So I've been thinking about what I admire most about Trudy and about Dave. They are incredibly compassionate people. They are incredibly intelligent people and amazingly generous.
They're people of true integrity and character. If you're looking for someone to be on the right side of an issue, you can pretty much just follow what Dave and Trudy are doing.
As one lives this life, an awareness that there are many needs and many people who have needs strikes home with greater and greater force. And I think that anyone who has been in the field of charitable giving for a length of time has a sense of wanting to help society. Well, over a lifetime, you experience many things that have made the life better for me. And therefore, that's one element in calling for a philanthropic effort by my wife and I.
It's hard to go anywhere and not see David's name as a contributor to a cultural project or an issue of importance in town.
We have a broad program of charitable giving, speaking to many needs.
Well, Iowa Legal Aid is certainly one of the organizations that is most important to us in terms of our support. The fact that there's an organization throughout the state that literally helps people get out of abusive situations, helps people who otherwise could end up homeless. To be able to support that kind of work going on throughout the state is a pretty basic thing and a pretty important thing.
I think David and Trudy have been participating in the work of Iowa Legal Aid, in part because they believe that everybody should have a chance to have the kind of life and the opportunities that we all want to have.
The goal is to take care of hope and justice, and Iowa Legal Aid is a tool with which to have major impact on the need.
My sense of David, and Trudy too for that matter, is they don't really aspire to be in the spotlight, but they're willing to be in the spotlight if it helps a cause.
Bill Knapp, years ago, told me that you should not be a giver who stays anonymous. You should be a giver whose name is published and has the impact to showing to others that this is important. You ought to pay attention to it. You ought to be involved in it. I want people to look at me and say, yes, that's doing important work, and I want to follow along and do important work too.
Trudy and Dave give me hope because they are people with intelligence and means, the ability to do something about the problems that we have, influence, intelligence that they bring to bear on the problems that we're working with. And they give those things. You know, it's not just money, it is their time, it is their heart, it is their commitment, their passion to do these things. And that gives the rest of us hope, and I think the energy to keep going.
What would we do without people like the Hurds is a question that I've thought of many times. I know what kind of impact their way of being present in a community can have. Their quiet yet focused participation, their generous giving, their ability to show up when it matters, all of these things contribute to creating the kind of community in which I want to be a part. And their way of being those kinds of people have taught me that I have a responsibility to do the same.
Hope, justice, and dignity is really a basic need or basic element in the quality of life that those of us who can should try to take care of it. There's much to be done, and part of that belongs to us. Trudy and I want to say thank you for this Hall of Fame award for Iowa Legal Aid, and we're most appreciative of the honor.